Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to Faded Town, the #1 Pokemon podcast in the world. These are facts. Look them up in a book. Google them. This is our weekly Pokemon breakdown. We got Emery Tayler with us, Mike Morton with us. They've both been on the podcast before. Both competitive Pokemon players. And we got a lot of news this week. We had the Player Cup 2, which Zach Lesage won. With Pikarom. We'll talk about that. We had Colossal V win the expanded tournament, so we'll jump in a little on that. But then we had huge news with the new mechanic, single strike, double strike, or something like that. Multi strike, rapid strike. Yeah, something like that. Which there was so much speculation on, and it actually just became not as cool. I mean, it's still cool, but it wasn't like game breaking, you know? But I kind of just want to jump into that because it was such a big news. When we seen that, it was like, okay, are we going to get ancient traits? Are we going to get this? And we kind of just got like Team Magma, Team Aqua cards, basically. Which, I mean, it's been a while. What was the last one? I guess we had Team Magma and Team Aqua, but that set was like straight garbage and no one played any of those cards. But before that,
there was like one card that got played, two cards.
The Magma base.
Team Magma base.
Yeah,
Magma base and Aqua base if you were a stall player.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I remember I played Aqua base in 2016 Worlds as a senior when I played Quad Wobbuffet.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Quad Wobbuffet was a good deck if nobody expected it.
Yeah. But before that, it was just Plasma. We had Plasma, which was pretty dominant deck, right? I don't know.
I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but
I don't think there is.
Yeah.
Where there was ancient traits?
Well, no, because it's basically like some type of theme.
I guess there was the Team Flare Grunt head ringer and the tools that you could put on your
but there wasn't Pokemon that were there.
Yeah, there weren't any of those.
Yeah, so in this set you can see a good divide where you're gonna have two different decks with the exact name of these cards that are used, and it's kind of refreshing. It's been a while, and I look at it and I'm like, maybe Pikarom will die. Maybe Pikarom will die.
Bruh, Pikarom hasn't died yet. And everybody keeps saying that every time. It's just you know what, bro? I don't feel like dying yet, so I'm just gonna beat ass all year.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, both these dudes are weak to Psychic.
Yep. They're both weak to Psychic.
Wow.
They're both
Do they have different types, or are they both fighting types?
They're fighting.
Okay, because it threw me off because one is kind of fighting colored and the other one is blue.
Yes.
Right.
It's because they're both. One is dark and fighting, and one is water and fighting. So the Rapid Strike Pokemon are all going to be water and fighting.
Do they have double weakness?
They don't actually have the typing, but in the video game, they are. That's the typing.
Okay,
so,
that kind of would have been cool if they brought back dual types.
Yeah,
like they did with Mega Gardevoir, which was actually really cool, and the Volcanion.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but I don't know how healthy that is for the game. I don't know. It
wasn't that bad back then, though.
It wasn't bad back then, but now HPs are so high. It's if you have too much coverage, who knows? I don't know. But
it's true. At some point, they need to bring the HP down, though.
I don't know.
Because it's way too high.
That's been a debate for years. I don't see it ever coming down. I don't know.
I mean, what do you do when there's a 500 HP Pokemon?
You hit them for 250 and then 250 the next turn.
Oh yeah. So
I think that's kind of what we're doing.
We're gonna have one energy attacks for 250. That's not the world I want to live in.
I mean, if you look at this Urshifu, we have a one energy attack that does 150. Yeah. So in 2 turns you're doing 300. It has a special energy that does 20 more.
I think that's only the single strike. I think the single strike.
Oh, is that okay?
And then the rapid strike is the
is the one that does 150. Let me double check. I have it right here actually. But
I have it. I also have it open right now.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, like on the HP debate, while you look at that, I think
Yeah.
I've thought about this a little bit too, and I think generally the only way they could bring down HP, because when V Pokemon originally came out, people were like, oh, they're gonna bring down the HP with V Pokemon, and they're just gonna like remake EXs, and they'll be kind of weaker at first, but then once this like bigger stuff rotates, they'll be like, power declined into. But like the thing is like you have to kind of accept in order for the HP to decrease, either you need to make broken cards with less HP, like Zacian, or you have to make you have to purposely make weaker cards.
Yes.
You have to have like 4 sets of Vivid Voltage.
Yes.
Like 4 like pretty mediocre sets because you need those to like be in rotation, right? So you have to like either or do some combination of that, right? So like you have like 1 broken, 2 prizes per set in a way.
That's it's a hard issue because I've said this since V's came out. I feel like they are weaker cards. They're weaker cards they're nerfed cards with high HP, which
I mean compared to tag teams though, like
compared to like a lot of things, like if you look back, like we have Crobat. Well, we had Shaman. It's literally Shaman but nerfed with higher HP.
Right.
So like, and there's a few examples of that where like these. Yes, exactly. A lot of cards are just if you made them more balanced, I guess. I don't know. That's debatable too. It matters how you like to play the game. In my opinion, I really like fast pace, go, 2 prize takes. I'm not a fan of the 3 prize. Let me knock out 2 Pokemon and move on with my life game, which we're kind of playing right now.
I mean, the high HP makes it a little bit more difficult to knock out 2 3 prize Pokemon. It allows the 7 prize game or the 8 prize game to drop as just as well. Because like I can literally just be like, okay, here's my VMAX guy. I'm gonna beat like 8 of your Pokemon with this. Not literally, but like beat 2 of your Pokemon with this. Then you finally knock it out. And then I push into like a 1 prizer or like a 2 prizer, and then you're just like, oh man, what do I do now? I've expanded.
Boss, hammer. I win.
Yes, and Crushing Hammer. Crushing Hammer is so ass right now.
Well, yeah, that card, I don't know.
Hammer go.
But let's jump back into these new cards. So we got the Rapid Strike, which seems to be. Which I kind of just want to look at the items because they're super important. There's a Rapid Strike fan which gets rid of a special energy on your opponent's Pokemon.
I thought that card was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I just feel like you're not just gonna play the Rapid Strike,
Oh, it's a control card.
Yeah. I'm like, I know it says Rapid Strike, but it's like. No, I'm just gonna use this. This card's good.
Yeah.
And then we have the Rapid Strike Energy, which gives 2 fighting or 2 water, or a combination of 1 of each, I believe, right? Provides water, fighting, provides 2 energies at any time. Yeah.
So it's like Magma and Aqua Energy.
Correct, but this one.
But better.
Better, yeah. It's like Double Dragon, but it's like double water, double fighting, water fighting.
Does it only work on Rapid Strike?
Yeah, only work on a Rapid Strike Pokemon.
It says it can only be attached, and if it's not, then you discard it. So it's like that old thing with like Enterporter or something, where because you like physically cannot attach it, and if it somehow becomes attached.
If you had like a Pokemon that moves special energy to a bench Pokemon, you can discard it that way.
Like Galarian Surfetch'd.
Yeah. The supporter we have is basically Archie's for Rapid Strike.
There's Archie's for both.
I think the one for... Is it from Discard Pile?
Maybe I misread it.
No, the other one's from your deck, which is a little... That's pretty good. That one, it sounds a little better to me. A lot less things you have to do. But yeah, we have the Archies for Rapid Strike, which basically gets it from the Discard Pile. I don't think the card's good right now until we see some Stage 2s. Because usually that's what we're looking at. Very strong Stage 2 Pokemon that we want to cheat onto the field.
For sure.
And
you don't really gain anything from putting a VMAX.
yeah. That's what like people were talking about. I'm gonna put my VMAX. I'm like, I mean, that's not that big of a deal. Just evolve it, you know.
I will say, back when like Primal Groudon was a deck, people would be like, "Yeah, I play one Archie's, a Primal Groudon,
Yeah.
two." Like, why?
Why? Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's
every
not.
time you play Archie's, that could just be like a.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Archie's is the word I'm going to use for all of these.
Yes, that's what Max
rapid
is.
stance.
That's what mustard. What's the other one? Single strike? Oh no. Mustard. Why is it mustard? I don't know. I don't know the thing.
The guy's name.
Oh God. Okay. Can we?
I would.
Let's get better. Let's get better. Let's get better names, guys. But yeah, I'm just waiting to see the stage 2s. Like, give me some. You got to give me something. You can't print this card and not give me some broken ass thing to go with it. You know.
For sure. There's a stage 2 Embor.
That's not good though. Like 30 more damage? Yeah.
30 more damage is a choice band.
Okay.
I mean, this card, don't get it twisted, this card's not good.
No.
But
like the problem is like how much does 30 more damage do in this format, you know? It's like
I don't know, bro. It might help.
You're doing like 30.
Right? They made the vitality band.
That thing is not played at all. All right, that thing's garbage.
Some people wish they played it.
Like right now, we're hitting like you're doing like 240 and going like okay. I don't know why we're hitting 240. I could hit 170. It does the same thing, but we're gonna hit 240.
Charizard VMAX with Vitality Band and Galarian Zigzagoon.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the problem here. So I'm hoping we get something cool more. You know, you have this jar. What is this? Vitality jar, which seems super broken. Choose 2 single strike energy cards from your discard pile, and reveal and put them back into your deck. So you're like,
special charge.
Yeah, special charge only for the single strike, which is with the single strike energy literally being a strong energy, which is super dope for dark or fighting, which is even more broken. And then yeah, I mean that's cool, but
yeah,
the Archie's for the single strike is kind of busted. A lot less setup. You get it straight from the deck. If that's like I don't know if that's right. Like I know it says from the deck, but was it wrong? Because that just doesn't sound fair. It was like because when like Archie's, the whole thing was like, all right, you need battle compressors. You know, get the cards you need in the discard pile. Blah blah blah. This is like nah. I just go to my deck, get what I need.
Is the set list for this released?
Not completely.
No. 20 cards. It's on
like 20 cards.
Yeah. But I think I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say like I think it's a thematic thing, if that makes any sense. Like I think the whole idea of the single strike is that it's like, you know, like crash and burn, like go as hard as you can, like strong energy, all this stuff, like and that's I think part of why this, and like the rapid strike thing, you know, it has like the Lissapod's GX is like for suppression attack, and it's you know, you can like snipe stuff. It's like much more slow and methodical, and that's part of the reason why I think it's like a better archetype.
Maybe.
But,
oh yeah. When I look at it, I think it's a lot better than the rapid. But
yeah, I mean the big issue I see with the single strike one is that like, and this is an issue that happens all the time in Pokemon, is that it feels kind of gimmicky, you know, where it feels like it's like, okay, so ideally what you have set up is you have like 3 Houndoom and then like a 2/2, like what is it, Urshifu? I was telling Zach I didn't know that this was Pokemon before the podcast started, but why I knew because
it's all good. I literally learned it was a Pokemon like 2 weeks ago.
And I learned it evolves too, I guess, which I also didn't know.
Oh yeah, it's like a stage 2, I believe. Or is it stage 1?
It's a stage 1.
I couldn't tell you, dog. But I will say, like, it, you know, like, how are you getting that consistently set up? And then B, you're discarding it every turn. So You need to be playing like 2 of these vitality jars every single turn. And so, like, in theory, you get the most broken, insane setup. You know, you use the supporter, get a Pokemon out of your deck, you evolve some Pokemon, yada, yada, yada. But, like, is that actually enough to win games? And I'm not really convinced that it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, 270. That's a big number, right?
You got the strong energy, though.
Okay, 290. Okay,
No,
maybe.
You also play strong energy because
It's only okay. You're gonna get 4 of those on there. Well, the first
you're playing down, dude. Like, okay, you have to play.
How do you get 4? How are you getting 4 energies on this thing?
You're not getting 4, but if you only need 3, right?
So you guys are
no. You need 4 to
They're
attack. It does 270.
You guys are missing
4.
out. They're about to print this broken card called Fighting Patch, and it's over.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
we're set.
I'm like,
for sure.
Like the first
Fighting Patch is next. You heard it here first on the Beta Town podcast. Fighting Patch is next.
I don't condone that. Anyways, you look at the Urshifu V, and its first attack literally puts two fighting energies on it. Which that makes sense. So on turn 2, you can literally do the 270 attack. You know. But after that, and like at the end of the day, what is 270 knocking out? Like
nothing really. I mean,
tag teams, yes.
Yes.
But if we're talking like a VMAX Pokemon, it is not knocking out a VMAX Pokemon. And then
it's not knocking out ADP either.
You know, well, yeah, but like if you have 1 strong, like what are the odds that you don't get 1 strong?
If you have 1 strong, you should be fine. That's 290. But even 290 with a big time.
No. The attached attack is only 2 basic fighting.
Yes.
But I still feel like you should be able to find 1.
Yeah, you should get 1. At least 1. We'll always consider 1 strong energy, if not 2.
Okay.
So if we consider 1, you're doing 290, right? So you're doing 290. You're not like an ADP with a big charm. Like you still don't knock out.
ADP shouldn't play big charm.
Well, it might start if it's getting one shot by this monster thing. Yeah.
ADP already plays Big Charm.
You're better off just playing hammers.
Are you?
Just discuss.
Because what if you have like a bad hammer day?
That's true. If this thing gets hit by a hammer, like it is more useless. Holy God! Because what do? If it goes laser focus, puts 2 energies on, so now it's 3 energies. Hammer. What are we doing? You gotta make the Houndoom? Houndoom attach?
Nah, bro.
Houndoom attach?
You get the double fighting energy.
No, that's all. That's for the other Pokemon. That doesn't work for this one. The fighting, that one for this.
So then you evolve and then do the double fighting, bro.
No, the double fighting doesn't work on this Pokemon.
Double fighting is the rapid strike.
Sure, that's for single strike.
Isn't there a water one?
Yeah, that's not this Pokemon.
God dang it.
Yeah, okay, it gets a little confusing because they're literally the same Pokemon. They're literally the same Pokemon with a different name. But yeah, so like if this thing gets hit by a hammer, you got to make the Houndoom and attach, and then what are we doing here? We're hitting 290 and discarding everything. So if you do not get a knockout with this 290, it's over. You just lose, right?
I mean, this is honestly just like when people saw Peek Around at the first Worlds.
Yeah.
We just gotta really wait for it to play out. Because everybody was like, man, what are we doing with this Peek Around? It's gonna get killed by a baby Buzzwole. Like this card's not good.
Yeah. It's good, but Peek Around got a lot of support.
It got all the support.
Yes.
Every single card. And then now this is gonna have more cards come out, and it's just gonna go. We shouldn't even worry about it.
Hopefully.
I also think the tool, the single strike scroll, the raging scroll.
Yes.
It has the attack Fury. This attack, it's literally just outrage,
yes.
but it's 10+.
I think that's actually good.
That card is actually super good, and that's the answer to your question, right?
Yes.
Where you say, "Oh, what are you gonna do if you hit 290?" And in my mind, I actually don't think it's that difficult to get 310, but I don't know. Putting that whole debate aside about how are you gonna consistently do this? If you whiff the knockout, or even if you just go for 270, let's say you put the strong energy entirely aside, for I don't know, for whatever reason. Like
Yes,
this card is actually pretty good for finishing up that 2-shot because like
that's true.
330 is really hard right
Yeah, that I was thinking about when I looked at this card. That literally, for one energy, gives you outrage, and you have what 330 HP or something. What is it?
now.
Yeah, 330. That's just so strong.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I don't.
It's like colossal.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous actually. I'm like, because then I looked at the other one, which is like 30 to each bench or each Pokemon. And I'm like, it's not great for 3. Like, if you compare the two, like,
Yeah.
you would rather have the outrage by far. Like,
Yeah, I think the only use for that is like getting, like if you hit 150 on something and then you can like 30 spread everywhere and then like do 50 again or something like that. But it's not.
I hope you don't
It's not
die. I don't know.
right. But you have 330, so like
Yeah,
you can set up 2 of these guys and play like an 8 prize game like that.
right. Um, let's talk about the Empoleon. Because the Empoleon brought in a whole new word to the video, or to the card game. The Empoleon says, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's basic Pokemon in play have no abilities except for Pokemon with a rule box, which is basically Pokemon V and Pokemon GX and
EX Prism Stars.
EX Prism Stars. So basically, the card sucks.
Yeah, I don't think the card is that good. But I will say, for what it's worth, this card would have been a ton better like a few formats ago
Yeah.
when Jirachi was like all the rage and everything. But like,
Now,
here's my frustration with this card, and I think Mike, as a fellow appreciator of control and lock decks, will appreciate this. I don't understand why this card couldn't be broken. Like, why did they need to say except for Pokemon with a rule book? Like, just make the card broken and see what happens.
I agree.
Like here's my thing. I don't like ADP as much as the next guy, but I think ADP is broken because it fundamentally changes the way the game is played on like a pace and like a pace level, I guess if that makes sense. Like it changes prize cards, which are like the underlying foundation. This only changes deck building. I think cards that force you to build more consistent decks, like not relying on Day and Crobat and everything. Like imagine you have a bad ADP matchup or something, and you put this in your deck. And you like it's like Wobbuffet, you try and start it. It has a 2 retreat cost, so you have to play like Switch or Air Balloon to justify it. But I don't see why this card couldn't be broken, and I wish it was. And by broken, I just mean getting rid of the rule box thing. Like why can't they just make it shut off basic abilities and see what happens?
yeah, I didn't even think shutting off basic abilities is horrible because there are outs. Like you can Lysander something, There's
Right.
ways around this. It's not like it's not like you have Garbodor on the bench with no tool and you put it down and it just shuts everything off. Like that would be busted. I think this rule box thing is actually just a cop out. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
mean,
I would rather they say rule box than V, GX, EX, and Prism Star.
I just think basic Pokemon was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just mean it's a term.
Yeah.
I just mean it's a term, yeah.
Yeah. I like and like basics is fine, because like if you want to earn your abilities, that's fine. Like use your rare candies, use your stage 1s, and I think that's fair. When you want to Dedenne and Crowbot every turn, and you want to Intrepid Sword because your hand sucks, like how about no? How about no? But okay, you're gonna turn off my Snorlax that lets me draw 7. Thanks. Like my deck already sucks. Like there's a reason I play this card. It's because my deck is super slow, and you want to shit on me now. Thanks. Like I don't understand it. Oh,
sure.
It's insane. But I think it's cool that they put in rule box. I don't know how like
What does Roblox do?
any part. Like if you look at the card at the bottom of a V card, it says V rule.
Mhm.
There's a box. Any card that has something like that, this card doesn't affect. So like
Okay, that's actually lame.
yeah,
That's like lame.
Like a Prism
That's
Star
too
has
lame.
a rule, a box that says rule. You can't. It doesn't affect it. So, yeah, it's pretty lame. But I don't know. The Houndoom's pretty busted. Putting 2 damage counters, I guess that's fair. But it just attaches an energy, which.
You remember how we were talking about the whole thing about it being cool that it had 330 HP and that would be hard to knock out?
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this drop.
That's true. That's true.
Make this card more broken. Here's my upsetting my thing. I wish they would make cards that were just cool and not cool in the way that ADP is quote unquote cool.
Yeah.
I mean cool in like a way where it's just like, see, making really strong cards because you already printed so many really strong cards that like another one is only going to help. Like if everything's broken, then let's just make everything broken. Let's not make like 3 things broken and then be like, you know what? But Houndoom would be too good if we didn't make it damage the Pokemon.
Yes.
You know, like just
I agree.
go crazy. You know, like it's
I don't know. Like
That's a fact.
yeah.
If all the decks were broken, the game would be way more fun.
It was like if you think back to like the days when Blastoise won Worlds with Archie's, like those decks were so broken. Like literally, Archie's won on turn like 2 because it was so overwhelming. It was like,
or it lost on turn 2.
yes, exactly. It's like it was that fast. It was fast and it's fun. You know.
Back then, it was what Night March, Archie's,
Yep.
Turbo Dark, Yveltal, Toad,
Greninja.
Greninja.
Now there's a broken deck.
Yes, Greninja was stupid. If it got set up, what are you doing?
But the thing is, if
Exactly.
it got set up, but you're getting your face kicked in. If you're getting your face kicked in if you didn't do anything on turn 2.
What are you talking about? You hit that bubble? Game's over. I don't know, dude. Dude, you lap a couple where were they what's the 4th stage? Breaks. You lap a couple breaks and then Juniper? Unstoppable.
Or you just catch one in your lap.
That's what I said. This said just couple, then hit the Juniper, pick it back up. Can't lose.
I was trying to look. I don't think Pokemon Break are rule box Pokemon. I can't tell. Yeah, no, they break evolution rules, so I guess they are a rule box.
Yep.
Not that break Pokemon are like extremely relevant. But.
Yeah.
But they might come back.
Oh. This Octillery is super good.
Trevenant Break gets to keep its ability.
Yeah.
Bro, perfect. Pokemon Break were such a missed opportunity.
Dude.
Oh, for sure.
That's what we were talking about. Like, how long is this going to last? Because, like, if you think about it, breaks were, like, what, 3 sets? And, like, only, like...
3 sets.
Yeah.
Plasma was 3 sets. But I think personally, like, this will either be a 1-set thing or a 3-set thing, and I'm expecting 3 sets.
Yeah.
I feel like these cards are very reminiscent of when Pokemon drops, like, a base set for something. And then that base set, like, sucks a little bit compared to everything else.
But
like some base set was pretty bad compared to like the sets that came after.
Right. Because we had like ancient traits for like 2 sets. We had
no,
what?
That was Ancient Origin.
That was the only time it was there. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, are they just teasing us? Like, and like even with like ancient traits, it was like 3 Pokemon in each set. Like it wasn't like a real thing. Like I'm hoping that we're gonna get a good solid 3 sets of potential. Like give me a reason to play these cards as decks. And don't give me this 1 set and go, alright, here's another shiny set. I hope everyone buys it. Yay! Like God. Like when Vivid Voltage came out and they gave us amazing rares, I'm like, can we just make it more obvious that we're just trying to make more money here, please? Because all these cards are trash.
It's all about that money, dog.
Yeah.
That's why all these Pokemon will never get Pokemon back to normal HP.
I agree.
But frankly, I think the level we're at right now, I think if they stay at 330, I'm kind of okay with it. Like how GX Pokemon kind of had like maybe slightly higher HP, but like we're normally around the range of EX Pokemon.
I'm okay with it, but
I'm kind of all right with it. Like I don't really.
you gotta do.
This is about as high as I'd want to go though. Like you said, if we start hitting like 500, that's where I kind of feel like whoa, you know,
Yeah.
like at that point you're making other cards. Like how are you gonna make a one prizer that can compete with a 500 HP Pokemon, right?
That's
Like,
my
that
problem
one prizer
here.
needs to be doing, like 600.
It's all right.
When I-
All the
when I
one,
look-
one
when-
prize will have like 270 HP.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying. We need to do this because my boy Manchow over here is a stage 1 and it has 90.
Right.
Like we can't have 330 and then do my boy Manchow out of one prizer at 90.
He's only four-shotting, bro. What do you?
Yes. Like my Octillery's got 110. Like there's basic Pokemon that are non-Vs that have higher HP than 110. All right. We need a full power creep here. We can't just go, all right, if it's got a V, dude, we'll creep it. If not, we're going to leave this thing at
That's
base
Pounding
set.
thing, bro.
Just imagine how many Pokemon executives have been thrown out the window trying to fix the game.
I mean, I'm kind of happy that the stage 2 Imbar has 180 HP, which, like, I think it might be the highest stage 2 Pokemon that's not a GX or something in
There's
history
a
of Pokemon.
Wailord that had 200 HP.
Well, that doesn't count. Wailord always has a high HP. But, yeah. Octillery is a broken ass card. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Rapid Strike card and reveal it, put it in your hand.
Just a rapid strike. Okay, that's
Yeah,
pretty
so
good.
you can get an energy, you can get the
Monster
Pokemon, you can get the. That's how you Archies, you know what I'm saying? Do all this, give me your hand, give me that Archie, you know? I still don't know how we're getting all these Pokemon in the discard pile. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I need you to quell your Archie's addiction, bro.
Nope. I need
This is an intervention.
No.
This is an intervention.
I need
Mike and
it back.
decided we were on the podcast today and just said, bro, like, gotta chill with the Archies. Like,
I've been on a Lucario thing for the last year, alright? So
But
What-
we're here to tell you
what-
that we love you and we care about you and we want you to put down the Archies.
well, they shouldn't have printed this card because I'm picking it back up, boys.
Also, another thing, they made this card and then they're like, draw 5.
That's
like,
good.
Like, just make it draw 6, dog.
Oh.
Like, just, is that so bad? Is making it draw 6?
Draw 5's fine, though. I think draw 5's fine. That's how Archie's was.
I guess that's
It
how
could
it's
have,
marked.
bruh, that card could have been draw 3.
Correct.
Really?
It could have been.
It matters. It matters what it's bringing out. Like right now, I'm with you on draw 6. I'm getting a stupid Imbar. Like,
That's true. That's true.
if-
I guess if it was like, if we had like an Archie. Like
yeah, if you're giving me Blastoise, okay, draw 3 would have been. No, actually, that's just trash. You need 5. Yeah.
No, you don't need 5,
I
bro.
need 5.
Because like your deck plays like 4 Shaman, bro. So literally you're gonna be like, oh shit, here's a fucking Shaman.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
about to
Shaman's
my
gone.
hand- Shaman is gone, but you have the Dene and Crobat, so you'll be all right. I don't know why
That's
you're
true.
fucking playing around.
That's true.
But okay, my deck is
I need
all
the
items,
energy.
so
I need
I'm
the
gonna
energy.
fucking-
I only have 10
get-
energy. I only have 10. I need 5.
Bruh, you act like Capacious Bucket's not for real.
That bucket's trash.
The bucket's not trash and Archie's.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Don't tell me how to play Archies. Anyways.
Okay.
We got a couple stadium cards, which are pretty mediocre. I guess the draw 2 is pretty broken. Discard. Do you have to discard it? Yeah, discard a single strike card, which actually that's pretty good.
Wait, so
draw
the
2.
stadium's basically trade?
Yes.
Like,
That's not terrible.
You just trade one single strike card for 2 and draw 2. And then the other stadium gives Rapid Strike 2 less retreat cost, which in the past has never been great, you know?
What we really need is a Vespiquen kind of card.
Dude, well, don't we kind of already have a Vespiquen kind of card? It's called Tea Party or some shit.
That's not the same.
It's pretty much the
it's like-
same.
No, Vespiquen has more HP, and it's for all Pokemon in discard.
Oh, so you just want an unfair card?
That
Okay.
Vesicon was fine.
Vesicon was absolutely
Well,
fine.
if you're gonna look at that archetype, because you're gonna put all those cards in that one archetype, is unfair compared to
the same time
those.
Night March too. So like at some point somebody was like, you know what? I'm gonna win a national championship if I combine both of these.
Correct.
Here's my thing too. Like again, Night March is another, or not Night March. Mad Party is another perfect example of like you couldn't have given it 50 HP. You couldn't have given it 60 HP. It was too broken, so you had to give it 30 and 40 HP. Like why, dog? I don't know. I don't understand how you can. I don't care that much that VMAX Pokemon have 330, 320. I think that's fine. Like we've been seeing this coming for a while, but like my issue is just scale everything else.
Scale everything. I agree. We need to scale everything. And I don't know. Like I've said for a while, these V Pokemon are just nerf versions with high HP, and it's like I'd rather just play broken Pokemon.
But then again, consider this: like, why should a Night Marcher be able to take a hit from a VMAX?
I mean, it's not going to. If your VMAX isn't doing 60, then it sucks. All right, move on. Find a different VMAX. If you got 330 HP and you can't hit 60, all right, let's move on. Should my VMAX do 30 to the entire board and wipe your field? All right, that's busted. See, that's where we're at right now. It's like this one water scroll literally kills your entire board as a Tea Party player. So, like, all right, that's the problem we're talking here.
But how many energy does that cost?
3, and I get double. I have a double energy, so 2.
So crushing hammer go blurt, and then I take that. Then what?
Mad Party, bro?
God. All right, good luck here.
Or like Giratina or some shit, because you could put it on, pick it up, and
I just wait. I attach an energy, then I attach it, and I kill all your Pokemon.
Bro,
and you have no response.
Players, I'm about to hit that shit when you don't expect it.
With what? You got like a trap card or something?
Oh yeah, bro.
Gets it?
I stay with the trap cards, bro.
You got what is the Team Skull Grunt in your hand or what? You got me? I don't think so.
Bro, I played Team Skull Grunt at Worlds.
I know you did. How'd that go?
It actually went pretty well.
Yeah, what place did you come in?
I lost my winning in.
Okay, so we don't want to talk about it, right?
Yeah, that was at 2018 Worlds. That was 2018 Worlds. I lost my winning in to, I think, Chris Brown. Because I needed one card, and I missed it.
Unfortunate.
Super.
This Tyranitar straight garbage. Okay, can we?
Yes.
Why do we print cards like this? Does it?
They gotta exist, bro. I don't mind filler.
I hate filler. I hate it. Like the whole champion path set. Like why?
Alchemy VMAX, bro.
Get out of here. And then
they
like
made a cool card. They're like, let's make a weaponization.
Yep. And it's like I don't know. I mean, obviously every card cannot be viable, but like, can I get some potential? Something.
When they make
3 energy, 60. See, that's when your VMAX. This is when your V card sucks.
Discard 2 cards for your opponent's stack. Tyranitar Mill, bro.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yo.
I think it costs too many energy. Tyranitars have never been good in the history of the game.
What are you talking about?
My
boy played. Russ played. What was it? Mega Tyranitar.
Stop. He played some Tyranitar deck at like a regional, and I think he top 64.
Yeah, he beat me.
Bro, get out of here with that shit. That's some Russell Park
dude,
shit.
That fool hit me for like. I was playing Archie's, and he lost zoned half my 5 energies in one turn, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I just lose, cool." Because that's a cool mechanic in the game. What happened to Lost Zone? Like, we just gave up on that?
I guess so.
I don't know.
I mean, this shit wasn't really hitting like that, and nobody was playing Lost March like that except for Charlie Locklear.
I remember Lost
I
March.
beat a Lost March at NAIC last year.
See?
Like round 2, he played Lost March, and I put down Raikou, and he lost the game.
Yes, yes.
I was like, all right.
But when I let
What did Raikou do?
the power, like the energy accelerator Raikou. So I put
yeah.
like double Zapdos and Raikou, and I just put it down and like one shot like half their field, and I was like,
all right.
what are you gonna do?
So looking at the set, it looks like it's like a mini set. I don't think we're getting booster boxes. We're getting elite trainer boxes. Huh?
I thought we were maybe, but maybe you're right.
I'm looking at it. It just looks like blisters, and
Yeah, you're right. I don't see any booster boxes.
yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
There's some like battle set down here that's just gonna give you an Urshifu and like a core deck, which is kind of
Although
cool.
Pokemon just drops like a.
If we get that in America, I don't know. It'd be nice, but please do not put Frostmoth in your deck, because that's what it has here. We're gonna please hope you don't do that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
60 battle style cards, 12 Pokemon V, and 16 full art Pokemon V. How are there more full art? Oh, because of VMAXs.
Yeah.
And then 6 Pokemon V. Okay, no, 6 Pokemon VMAX. So there's 12 Pokemon V and 16 Pokemon full art. I don't know what that means. And 19 trainer cards, 6 full art support cards, and 2 special art. So it is actually a lot like the Team Magma and Team Aqua mini set.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, though, the Team Magma and Team Aqua mini sets were not meant to be playable. They were like Champions Path. They were like, hey, we rebooted the game, so we're gonna put out, because this was when like the Gen 3 remakes came out, and they were just like, look, Magma and Aqua cards.
Right.
You know, like it was not, and I don't mind that. I don't mind Pokemon releasing stuff like Champions Path or something like that.
Like
for me, it doesn't interest me, but it doesn't.
On a first impression, you look at these cards. Can these cards fight tag team Pokemon? Because that's like
Maybe
where we're at. It's like tag team is just. I personally think tag teams are the pinnacle of broken cards. As much as like you look at the card, it doesn't look broken, but like it's so dominant. Like Pikarom hasn't left. ADP is not going anywhere. I think we're gonna see an uptick in Reshizard come back. Like these cards are just too good. The HPs are too high. The attacks are very good. So
I'm curious why you say Reshizard, because
I've just heard some stuff. I've heard some people cooking up some deck lists.
Ooh, yeah.
Because
someone posted a Reshizard list where it was like the whole goal was to do like 320 and like you put like Zigzagoons and stuff.
Yeah, sometime. I don't know. We'll see. We might see in the next week. That Reshizard is back, but
yeah. All right, pal. I'm ready.
And then like you look at expanded, you got Tina Chomp, which is literally 240 turn 1, and like
I'm gonna message you a week from now and ask about
Reshizard.
Any Reshizard.
We'll see. We'll see. It's like, can these cards even bet? Like, I know it's cool. Like, we're all excited to play new cards, but is there a point? Like, are we all gonna get these cards, play them for a week, and go, you know what, Pikarom still just beats this? Yeah. And
yeah, I will say the psychic weakness makes it very bad right now. It's like how Alchemy VMAX is weak to metal, where the card is cool in concept, but Mewtwo and Mew, like, how would you ever beat that?
Exactly. And like Mewtwo Mew, you could just put in anything.
Right, that's kind of my point. Like literally an ADP could throw in a Mewtwo and Mew, and be like, we'll see what happens, I guess.
So that's the problem. I love new cards and stuff, but it's like I think we need a rotation. Once a rotation comes, it could be fun. Things could get real fun. Like just Mew, Pikarom, Reshizard, all these tag teams were just not.
No way.
Yeah, they're not. They're very linear. cards that are just very strong, and I just don't see, unless you're gonna start making super broken cards like Zacian, that there anything that can really compete. Because like they're, I mean, 270 is cool. It's cool, but for 4,
to be fair, they are going towards more like a non one-shot style format, which I'm also very okay with.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. That's why I think we just need a rotation before we'll really see how good. I mean, I don't know. It just really sucked to get these cards and not be able to play them,
But they'll be legal even after rotation, right?
Yeah, I know, but like off the bat, you like get something new, especially hyped like 3 months ahead, and you're like, okay. And if I play this for a week and decide that Pikarom and Mew Mew and these cards are just gonna wipe it, like, let me put these in a binder. I'll see you in what, October? Like, which isn't bad right now, to be honest, because we really don't have real events, which is kind of like I was talking to fucking Pedro and Franco last week about it. It's like, could you imagine playing this format and traveling the world to get hammered 3 times? Like, I was playing, or my buddy, he was playing in the Player Cup qualifier, or the Team Challenge qualifiers, and his
you
opponent.
can flip that and turn it into the next Pokemon meme.
Right? He's like, his opponent, like, the deck list his opponent was playing was, like, the most absurd thing I've ever seen. Like, it should not win a game. There's no way. And, like, game 1, he goes, hammer, 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 triple hammer, hits all 3, wins the game. I'm like, game 2, misses all his hammers, he loses. Game 3, hits all 3 hammers, wins. I'm like, well, how? Like, it's insane. I'm like, you can't.
If you play a deck that, like any deck should lose to triple hammer, right? But it's like, I feel like, too, like, you kind of gotta. If you play a deck that loses to ADP, that happens too, right? Like, it's like one of them is a coin flip, but one of them isn't. But it's
he was playing ADP with these hammers, and
he was playing ADP.
Yes.
What was the guy playing? Like,
my Luke Metal.
Luke Metal.
Yes. He's I
think that might, I don't know.
Dude,
that explains a lot.
It was like he could have won easily. He had many outs of winning the game, and he just whiffed. Like, at one point he had 3 outs in his deck, 8 cards in his deck. He's seen 4 out of the 8 and missed. So like he could have easily won, but it's just like, if that guy misses 1 hammer, he wins, no doubt. Like, there's not even a question. There was no need to look at any cards. But I don't know. That card is just so unhealthy, and like, I think everyone didn't care about it because it wasn't played a lot, and there was a lot of answers to it. And right now,
I still kind of feel like it's not that good right now.
Maybe
mean, it's because I'm not.
I wouldn't play it.
I feel like I'm pretty familiar with Standard, and I feel like people are starting to realize the dichotomy of like here's what happens with cards like Crushing Hammer, right? Like, Crushing Hammer is a very powerful card on a base level.
Yes.
So it sees success as like an answer to ADP or Turn Assist, whatever. People play it like nonstop. Throw 4 hammers in every deck. Throw hammers in Peak. Throw hammers in Fossil. Throw hammers in everything. And then people start to realize, like, what if I just cut?
Yes, exactly.
And then they don't play them, and then they're like, oh, my deck is more consistent, and my matchups aren't really changed by this. And so that's like, and then it's that cycle again, right? Where they're like, oh, my deck is consistent, then they lose to Hammer, or Hammer wins the tournament, and then everyone puts it back in again. It's like this vicious cycle.
That's what, like, my buddy, he was playing hammers in his Luke Metal, and he is like, I think the deck's more consistent without the hammers. I'm like, yep. But if you land 2 hammers, I think you just win every game. And
not necessarily.
Well,
depends on if you play like Metal Pat, like Metal Saucer or not.
I mean, the game has a lot to do with what's happening in the game. Like, there's like like with him, he plays metal saucers and stuff, but he had like a horrible turn where he had to discard like 4 energies off of like a research or something. And it's like just not keeping your resources and then getting hammered, you just lose. Like, and that's bad play on his end. Like sometimes you just gotta sit and hope you draw out of this instead of just dumping all your resources. But the game is so complex if you want to think of it that way, you know. Like on a base level, a couple hammers if you're playing saucer is not a big deal, but it just matters the game situation. Yeah, I agree. When we talk hammers, it's consistency thing. It's like you're not gonna. It's a lot more consistent, and it doesn't really affect it. It's more cheese. Like it's literally just a cheese way to try to win matchups that go poorly for your opponent.
Well, your opponent has to respect that, right? Like
Yes.
Like that's why we play like ADP with energy switch, you know, where it's like
exactly.
And I don't mind having to respect. That's what This goes back to the whole thing I was talking about with the Empoleon D card, right? Where it's like Empoleon D might force people to cut to Denny's for Pokegears or play more supporters or this or that or the other, and I'm kind of fine with that. What I'm not fine with is like when TPCI is like, okay, all one prizer decks are now null and void because their auto loss is like one of the best decks in the format. You know, like that I'm not as okay with. But being like, you know, let's block all Dedenes and Crobats with a basic. Okay, let's do it. You know, like so I don't know, like force people to change their deck. You know, like forcing ADP to change its deck makes it decide like I'm either going to lose to hammers and only play like basic slow ADP, or I'm going to try and beat hammers and play like 2 or 3 energy switch, but those energy switch are also like not that great in other matches.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree on that, on those terms. Let's kind of wrap it up. Let's talk expanded. We had Colossal win. It seemed super broken when you look at it. It was playing like Scramble Switch, Max Potions. Yeah. It's like when you have HP that high, it's hard to kill. And when you can Scramble Switch and then Max Potion, it's like, all right, what are you going to do? Like,
well, you can also play like Meg Cargo, which is a big deal.
Which automatically gets your cards. Yep. It was really cool to see a VMAX be dominant in a
Acerola is also broken.
Yep. That was
were they picking up the Colossals with Acerola?
Yes.
Bro, stop.
Yes.
Meg Cargo, bro. Meg Cargo is so sick.
Yeah.
Like getting to search out your strong and slow energies, and with Diancie.
Yeah. It was pretty broken.
But I mean, doesn't Galisopod just go, hi, Colossal.
Galisopod expanded, bro? 120? Who?
Yeah.
150? Choice Band? Rip.
Choice Band?
That still don't kill it. Still not killing it.
Also, the winning list did not play an ace bet. Or at least it's not on the deck list.
I think I played Scramble Switch.
Okay, yeah, I don't. It's not on the
death list. I'm pretty sure I played Scramble Switch, which is super broken card in fighting. Always has been.
Must have been Kukui kill the guy, right?
Okay,
that's 160.
Let's just do like.
No, he's 330.
God.
And Stone Energy, bro. Later.
It's the HPs are so high, you know.
He also has buff padding, so he's got like 380.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? You gotta let it go.
Yeah, bro. Damn.
You gotta let it rock.
Yeah, I played against it, and it was like, I was doing nothing. I was like,
right.
And then it was crushing me, and then it just goes like, Scramble Switch, Ace Rolla, and I was like,
he plays Scramble Switch too. Oh my god.
I was like, oh, I just lose.
This deck literally just sounds like oppression.
It's so good, bro.
It's kind of.
I've been like, this deck is so sick, and I remember because I was talking to one of my friends after I saw it the first week, and I was like, this deck is gonna win next week.
Yeah.
And then it did, and I was like,
it's like if you had Whale Lord that attacked,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the dream.
He
Well,
also did not play against any control.
which is an issue.
Which I'm not sure how that would go because he does have big cargo.
Right.
So it would be like very difficult to handlock him in any meaningful way, but
No, not necessarily, because like, oh, actually, you can't handlock anymore because they got rid of
Yeah.
chips and stuff.
yeah.
But like,
I got handlocked in standard.
you can trap the Macargo.
Yeah, but the Magcargo just searches out like
Switch.
Floatstone
Yeah.
and Orangaroos into Floatstone, and then retreats or switch or AZ.
Easy.
Or Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Control is dead and expanded.
I don't know. It's just that deck seems really good.
Azul played Control. I'm not sure.
You
Like
said
like
Control?
Azul played Control, and then Sander won the first expanded event with Control.
Which kind of Control?
It's like not a
Cinstino,
handlock,
right?
but it can handlock. So it plays like Bumblebee and Articuno, and its whole strategy is basically you either loop Life Dew, or you like what you do is you like loop Life Dew and then you like burrow with Bumblebee over and over, and then you play like Rotom drones so you can control their hand a little bit, and you play like a bunch of N and Cinccino and everything. And then you play like Recycle Energy and Lana's Rod, so you can shuffle in Bumblebee Life Dew over and over. You also, I think Sander even probably played Crushing Hammers and Flare Grunts and stuff like that. And Faba.
And Enhanced Hammer and Faba, yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anybody got a list?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they're
on play.limitless
Yeah.
TCG.
I bet.
Or
Yeah.
play.limitless TCG. I think, yeah, I can.
Yeah. So
Just message it in this chat right here.
Expanded
Alright, yeah.
is kind of fun. We'll see. I think expanded. There's a lot more to work with, which is like, at the end of the day, it'll take a while before we know exactly what is super dominant, and I don't think anything will be completely dominant in a format that has that many cards. Like, it just takes.
Like you gotta remember that the game is only like you can only figure out the meta when people are actually playing the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
So once we actually get people in real life back playing again, it'll figure itself out.
Yeah, and then let's wrap this up with the Players' Cup. We had Zach Lesage winning with Pikarom, and I think he played on Limitless. It says it was a mirror match, but I'm pretty sure it was Blacephalon he played in the finals, right?
No, he played Pikarom in the finals.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So the match before that was Blacephalon. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. I think Pikarom's is good.
Deck in the format. I'll say it. I think it's better than ADP.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything.
I think ADP is like a 50-50 with pretty much anything, if not better. But
I don't think that makes it the BDIF though. I think in terms of cards that it has, ADP's cards are more broken than each of Pikarom's cards. But I think as a holistic deck with different options and strategies, I still
I agree. I think
until Urshifu comes through, and then they have to throw a 2 Mewtwo and Mew into everything.
I think it already plays 2 Mew, so it's like, is it really going to be an issue? I don't know. I don't think so. And like, that's not till March. Like, we should have a big set. I don't know. We're gonna have a shiny set, and then we're gonna have a big set, and then we're gonna have that set. I think.
I think you're right.
So we'll see what comes from this. Hopefully, we don't get another vivid voltage. But at the end of the day,
like Vivid Voltage is going to come back, and there's going to be some cards that we weren't even looking at. They're going to be good.
Yes.
I think Orbito will be after rotation.
Yes, that. I looked at a lot of those cards.
Too much fire.
Yeah, Luke explained it to me because I was giving it a lot of bullshit.
Because Boulder rotates.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which means Sinnoh Scorch is bad.
Correct.
And Volcanion rotates.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential if you look at those cards. There's a lot of attacks that are good on paper. Yeah.
What about that one Pokemon?
Valerian.
No. It attacks for a DCE. It looks like a monkey, kind of. The V.
Oh.
Z something?
Yeah, if you read that card, it's busted.
That card is also pretty good.
It's busted.
It's
If it wasn't 2020, that card's played in like every deck. That card's so good.
Card's still pretty good. I still think with like it's only good until Alolan Executor
Goes away.
like is in format. When it rotates, like aggro rotates.
You think? I don't know. It attaches any energy. It's not just grass. If you read the code, that's pretty good.
Isn't its main attack?
Yes, it's grass.
Doesn't the healing attack take 2 grass though?
Yes.
I think it.
Yes, the healing attack takes 2 grass, but it still attaches any energy. It's not just.
Yeah, I just think it's really good with what's it called?
Aggro.
Aggro.
Rillaboom.
Who knows? But yeah, I think the format it's pretty. I think it's pretty like set. I just don't see cards coming out that are gonna dominate tag teams until it rotates, and they can try to make the fighting, but then when you have cards like Mewtwo that just say I don't care about your stupid fighting Pokemon, they're just not. It's not gonna be an issue, and your welder Mewtwo decks are always gonna be good. Your ADP. So it's just like we'll chill. We're not playing real Pokemon right now. I mean, technically, a lot of people are. I mean, play.pokemon or limitless.play whatever is friggin' a godsend. And if you really want to play Pokemon right now, you can play every day, and it's cool. But it's not. We're not traveling, so like I'm cool with it. I think we'll see what happens. I'm down to talk every week about how Pikarom wins for the next 6 months, and hopefully people come up with. Yeah, there's not. It is what it is. It's hard. It's hard. Like when you have cards that are that dominant, it's hard to beat them. Like especially when you have Colossal maybe, I don't know, but like the problem is there's just other. Yeah, you have other decks that are just like you could play a one prizer that just shits on Pikarom, but like it's never being ADP, so it's like it's a bad state right now. But we'll talk about it next week.
For sure.
So if you guys got any shout outs, let's throw that out there. We'll give you guys the floor. I appreciate you both coming on. It was like a last minute pretty much for Mike, but I always enjoy both of you guys. Thanks again.
Dude, no problem, bro. Anytime.
You got an album drop, right? Or something?
Oh yeah, I did drop an album. I dropped the album November 6th.
I'll put a link down below.
Oh, let's do it. It's called I Really Hope You Make It. It's pretty cool. I leaked these guys in here a new song that I'm working on. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It was pretty dope. It was pretty banger. It was hard to hear too much, but the beat is a banger.
The beat is good.
Yes.
I did not hear the words.
Did not hear the words, which is okay. I'm sure the words are fine.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was dope.
Thanks, guys.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I have anything too exciting. Follow me on Twitter.
Yep.
That's the always be plugging.
No more sponsors. What happened to all
watch me live stream.
Are you streaming now? That's dope.
Yes, I stream whenever I'm in mentally healthy enough to do.
Okay, so like never. No, it's fine. Streaming's hard, dude. Streaming's hard. Like,
follow me on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube.
There you go, guys.
I can use all the subscribers.
Always
dope. Next week it's Christmas time. I'm not sure. I'm either gonna just throw one podcast up because of Christmas. I might do 2. I haven't decided, but I will have Chumlee on next week in the one-on-one. Real fun interview. Yeah, it's good to see the buddy. But yeah, you guys tune in. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button. Throw a review on iTunes or Spotify or something. But for now, guys, we're gonna scoop it up.